Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I wanted to make a kind of continuation video on the startling revelation I had with basically my YouTube channel, and that the majority of my viewer base is male. So I was trying to make strides to get women involved in investing. I don't in any way make this channel to cater to one gender or the other, one race or the other, one age or the other. I'd like to be able to help everybody. Um, but I recognize that, like, my mannerisms, probably the topics I cover, um, stories I cover, so on and so forth, are biased towards what I like, or what I'm interested in. And a big part of that is, being a man. So I wanted to see if I could get more information and maybe give more opportunities to help women get involved. And the more and more I go into this, I realize that statistically overall, women don't get involved in investing as much as men, um, for various reasons, I'm sure. But in my opinion, everybody, and I mean everybody, should have interest in their financial future. Um, one day you're going to be at an age where you can't work. You can't physically take care of yourself. You can't do the normal everyday things that you take for granted today. You might need help, or you might have to get driven somewhere because you can't drive, or you might need help getting in and out of the shower, because your body's aged so much you can't do it yourself, or you get injured, or something. And money, and everybody has their opinions on it, but at the end of the day, it's crucial for how we live our lives. And I think that reaching out to the women in our economy, our global economy, is crucial because we're basically neglecting half of our investors, half of our potential for making our economy better, growing our GDP, having better lives overall. So that's kind of why I'm going through all this. But this one service I found, which was interesting, is called Ellevest, which was basically created for women. It's catered towards women and investing, and it's a robo advisor, meaning that it has minimal fees because all the decisions are basically made through algorithms, and there's minor management fees because people aren't really involved a lot in it. They do a lot through just the setups, but it's catered towards the female investor, which is the main thing. Um, and I guess there's a video here. Maybe we can watch it. We'll see what happens. Let's give it a quick run through.
Ellevest helps you invest in your biggest real life goals, like starting a business, buying a home, retiring well, and more. Here's how it works. Say you want to start your own business in a few years. Ellevest is the only platform that looks at you as an individual with your goals and your timeline and gives you a specific target number to shoot for. All you do is link your bank account and make deposits. Ellevest then constructs an investment portfolio that gives you a 70% likelihood of reaching your goal or better. Other advisors only project a 50% likelihood. Articulating a goal gives you a greater chance of achieving it. Planning for it should do even more for you. And when you're actually investing for that goal, there's likely no stopping you. Because each of your goals is unique, each one gets its own investment portfolio. Let's take a look at how Ellevest works for another goal: buying your dream home. Ellevest calculates how much a bank may lend you for a mortgage, assumes you'll need about 20% of that number for your down payment. Then we figure you'll need about 6 years to reach this goal. Say you want that down payment sooner or later, or need it to be bigger or smaller. Ellevest can be as personal as you need it to be. You can adjust any part of your plan, and we'll show you how to get there. Now, you know what they say about best laid plans. Life happens, priorities change. Maybe instead of that house, your number one goal shifts to starting or growing your family. You can rearrange your priorities with Ellevest just like in real life. You can even make trade-offs among your goals, adjust your target amount or timeline, and we automatically adjust your portfolio. We also keep track of your progress along the way, so if you fall off course at any point, we give you a heads up and let you know what you can do to get back on track, to give you the best possible chance of reaching your goal. Then there's the big finale goal, retirement. So first, banish the idea of the rocking chair on the front porch. We want adventure, we want to travel, but most of us don't know exactly how much we'll need to retire. Ellevest gives you a specific goal number, down to the dollar, for your annual retirement income. The closer you get to your goal, the more conservative we make your portfolio to give you the best chance of hitting your target, so you can retire your way on your terms. These are just a few goals you can invest in with Ellevest, so you can take control of your financial future today.
All right, so that was really good. I like that. That touches on other aspects. How the fuck do you close this window? A lot of there you go. A lot of other aspects of investing that I talk about. You know, when you start out younger, you know, obviously you're going to be investing more of your money because you have a longer time horizon, and the older you get, you know, the more conservative you get. You have multiple goals. You know, I have multiple investment apps that I use. You know, I use them for different things. You know, you could change. You could swap goals around. You know, there's a bunch of options with this service. Um, and like I said, the main thing is with the fact that it acts as a robo advisor. You know, the fees are very low, and that's, I think, what people getting involved into investing is probably the best thing, and it makes it most affordable for them. That's why robo advisors are becoming more popular. We could just go through the website a little bit here. See the first one here. Being a woman with a plan. Start investing in 15 minutes. Tell us about yourself, including your family. If you choose to have your goal in 5 short steps, we'll suggest tailored contributions, timelines, and diversified investment portfolios for your goals. You know, funny stuff. We're a fiduciary. That's very important. Fiduciary, legally obligated, basically, to hold their client's best interests. Um, in this case, for investing. Uh, that's huge right there. Any advisor you go through, you should straight up ask them day one, like, are you a fiduciary? Because that's very important. So please, you know, do that for your best self interest as an investor, whether you are male or female. Make it yours for customizable variables. Change the timeline, reoccurring contribution, initial deposit and target for each goal until it works for you. Work within a budget. Experiment with ways to allocate money across your goals with the trade-off tools. Change in at any time. Life happens. You can update your plan anytime, and change your goal date will automatically adjust the portfolio. So that's good. Like I said, a lot of robo advisors are similar. But again, this one is again targeting the female investor. Now, it's not discluding men, because a lot of mainstream advisory firms, a lot of you know, stock market professionals, you know, people in this industry are typically men. So what it seems like what this service is trying to do is not disclude men, but bring more women to the table to get them included. You know, like it's skewed like really bad. Actually, here's exactly what I was talking about. Um, 86% of investment advisors are men with an average age of 50 plus. See, I don't even fall into that category because I'm well under 50, but I am a man though. So the gender neutral investment industry defaults to men's salaries, career paths, preferences, and lifespans. That's not good enough for changing the game. I like hearing that. See, your salary is different and not how you think. How much you earn determines how much you can invest towards your goals, and this differs drastically for women and men in their careers. Only we factor in these differences to give you a better chance at reaching these goals. How can we calculate? So it looks like they're calculating a woman's peak salary about their 40s, and then it starts planing off. And then a men's salary looks like it peaks around in its 50s, maybe mid 50s, and then it starts planing off. So women, and one thing you could say is, and it's a lot of what people talk about is, you know, a family. This is usually when a family comes in. This is when a woman usually hits a little later in her life, and it becomes more difficult to have a child. So when you have a family, you can say whatever you want. A kid is a full-time responsibility, full-time. Even after the kid graduates high school and goes on to college, that's still the responsibility of the parent. You know, parents are always going to worry about their children. It doesn't matter how old they get. So for the longest time, you know, throughout history, like the man has been the breadwinner. So that's why this arc's much higher for a man making more money, and a woman at some point when having a family she has to sacrifice her career to take care of her family and provide, and then her salary goes down. So basically, it seems like this service is trying to do is help trying to bridge that gap and get women involved in investing to show that they can not only have those dreams of a home, a family, and everything, but they could also invest and be wealthy. You know, just same as equal to men. Uh, Gender neutral investing fails women. A retirement scenario for a man and a woman, both 30 years old with bachelor's degrees, earning 85,000 and investing 10% of their salaries. So at age 67, she'll have a little over a million, and the man will have more than that, 1.4 million. Because of the gender pay gap, she'll have about 320,000 less when they retire at 67. How many years will it last? So her money could last 6 years, less than his, even though she's likely to live 3 to 5 years longer. And that's true. Women do live longer, and having less money, that's actually really bad when you think of it that way. It's retiring sounds like a crisis for women when it's put like that. You know, it's like not only are they not treated equally in the workforce, and at times can get lower pay compared to men and others. You know, they live longer, so that less pay that they have, that they've tried to accumulate over time, which I show you like in my videos. I'm slowly accumulating my wealth. I'm trying to grow. You know, I paid down my debt. I moved into a new place. You know, it takes time. You know, I didn't just snap my fingers and it was done overnight. You know, I had to put in the work and the effort. You know, and when you see scenarios like this, it seems like it doesn't matter how much effort a woman will put in. She's already getting shortchanged, which is unfair. So this like again this service is trying to bridge that gap. You got real world goals. We calculate financial goals targets to meet your specific needs, including a target retirement, target amount for your longer lifespan. Tailor recommendations. We suggest how much you should contribute based on your financial profile, a gender specific salary curve, and your goal targets. No cookie cutter portfolios. We use insights on your finances and gender to build investment portfolios to help you reach our goals or better in the 70% of markets. So, and I said that in other videos too. You know, don't let that 70% be a number where you're concerned about, because you could be right 60% or less of the time on your trades, and you could still be very wealthy as long as you cut losses appropriately and quickly, and you continue to grow your wealth correctly. You know, always be mindful of that. Mind the other gap. Investing is now getting a raise. That's interesting. I like that. Yes, you should totally ask for the raise, but investing can now actually be a bigger impact on your financial future than boosting your salary by 30%. Let's see what this video is about. Hopefully I won't get sued for playing all these videos.
There's a lot of discussion these days around the impact of women getting a raise. Many women think that raise will solve all their money problems. And sure, it helps, and it can help a lot. But what you probably didn't know is that investing what you have now can earn some women even more over a lifetime. Let's take a look at some numbers. Say you make $85,000 a year and you plan to work for the next 40 years. Over that period, you should earn about $5.7 million in total. Not too shabby. But you've heard about that pesky gender pay gap, haven't you, where women on average make only 78 cents to every dollar a man earns? So what happens if you get that raise and close that gap? You'd earn an additional $1.1 million over the course of your career. Now that's worth an awkward conversation or two with your boss, isn't it? Now future you's doing pretty well. But let's back up. Let's say you don't get that raise. But over the course of your career, you made some smart moves. You saved 20% of your salary annually, you put it in the bank, and you ended up with savings of $1.5 million for your retirement. But what if you'd invested that money in the markets instead of in the bank? Now, I'm not talking about becoming a day trader and betting on individual stocks. I'm talking about putting that money in a long-term, diversified investment portfolio. Depending, of course, on the markets and the market performance, by the time you retire, we estimate that you could have a total of anywhere from $2 million or even $3 million socked away. What? That's right. For some women, investing now can have a bigger impact than getting a raise. And that can be life-changing. Weren't expecting that, were you?
That's true. I believe that wholeheartedly. Investing is a much better way of utilizing your assets rather than just waiting for your bank account to slowly grow over time, which, as you see multiple countries depreciate their currency and value, it's not a promising aspect. Let's see how we invest. So this lady, Sylvia Kwan, I guess she achieving your financial goals is the whole point of investing. Now, how markets perform. So, what about beating the market? The market goes up and down, but your financial goals are often constant. That's why we're not only focused on maximizing your returns, but also helping you reach your goal target or higher in 70% of market scenarios. So they have the S&P historical, and then the investor proxy market. Um, you have different goals: retirement, emergencies, build wealth, home down payment, business, and for kids. Let's see what the example of the kids. So it gives you this little portfolio, basically stocks of 48.8%, bonds 49%, and alternatives at 2%. And then with the okay, it has like the little growth here chart, and then it looks like it's going up for like 60K. Of course, depending on what you invest or how much you invest. I don't know if it can be modified. No, well, let me click. So this, I guess, is just one example of these other ones here that you can look through. Thoroughly selected ETFs. So you have the U.S. Total stock of the VTI symbol, U.S. large cap, U.S. mid cap, U.S. small cap, U.S. small cap, U.S. mid cap, developed markets, emerging markets, U.S. total bond, U.S. municipal bond, high yield bond, U.S. short term bond, U.S. short term municipal bond, U.S. high yield municipal bond, U.S. tips bond, FDIC cash, U.S. dollar emerging market bond, initial total bond, low currency emerging market bond, U.S. real estate, and international real estate. So 21 asset classes. That's pretty good. That's some good options. It does look a little heavy in bonds to me, only because I don't invest in bonds. But again, like this is long-term investing, so it is good to have bonds in your portfolio. So that's totally okay, in my opinion. Like I said, I'm in nowhere a professional like these people are with this setup. There's investing and then there's Ellevesting. Nice. Good little play on the words there. A forecast you can play or you can plan with. Ellevest builds forecasts that include the impact of taxes and fees. Believe it or not, this is not always standard practice. This way, it's less likely that the money you end up with falls short of your expectations. So you can forecast your money here. Oh man, taxes. I bet that'll be good. Yeah, taxes goes down, and then with fees goes down. Yeah, that's that cannot be more true right there. So in a perfect world, basically investing, you could make a lot more money, but you got to take into account taxes, which will cut you down, and you'll be like on this scenario almost 10,000 under, and then this one will be over 12,000 when you include fees as well. So always, this service is being mindful of taxes and fees by helping to reduce that. And looks like shit happens. We forecast for it. We know you make important decisions with our forecast, so it's essential we project the most realistic scenario possible. This means we include historic downturns similar to what we've seen in the past. Subprime mortgage crisis, that was a big one. Dot-com bubble, that was a big one. Great Depression, that was a big one. That's good. They're bringing that stuff into the light. I like that. A realistic view of market behavior, pairing return models. We use a Morningstar projection engine that uses historic market observations to forecast how your portfolio may perform in hundreds of market scenarios, create conservative yet realistic forecasts, project goal targets that you have a 70% likelihood of better than achieving. I like how they reaffirm the 70%. They're really shooting for that goal, which is good. And I'm glad they're not saying you have a 100% chance of being successful. I can't stand people that talk like that. That's unrealistic when you say like 100%, like 90%, even 80%. That's really strong. You're really putting way too much faith in your business. I don't care how good you are, you can't predict the market. Um, more from our resource center. Fast and curious, the ABCs of Ellevesting. Keeping forecasts realistic, no cookie cutter portfolio. So it looks like just more information. Um, Pricing. Let's see what this is. What can you expect? I like to, okay, so I guess we'll say $1,000. I like to invest 1,000. Okay, so Ellevest will give you a personalized investment plan. That's included. Trade-off tools. That's included. Money management. That's included. Ongoing risk management included, and you pay annually, which means yearly, $5. So all that for $5 a year. That's pretty fucking good. Um, Other online only investors, they don't give you trade-off tools or personalized investments, and they only really give you money management. And traditional advisors give you a little more, but not always 100% of these other aspects. So that's good. They're giving you more for your money, which in this case isn't a lot of money, so that's even makes it even better. About us. Have you ever had one of those head slapping aha moments? That's what happened when our co founder and CEO, Sally Krawcheck, realized the investing industry has been, frankly, by men for men and has historically kept women from achieving their financial goals. Sally has made it her life's mission to unleash women's financial power and get them involved in their biggest goals, partnering with tech entrepreneurs. Charlie Kroll, she's assembled a diverse team for a product engineering, design, and finance background. And so Sally Krawcheck, which is this woman here, she's the one who's the invented the service or created the service. And she's had a pretty prestigious life. She's worked at Bernstein, Citigroup, Bank of America, Elevate Network, and then now Ellevest. Accolades. Forbes named her as number 7 in its list of the world's 100 most powerful women. Number 7. God damn, that's hella good. Top 10 in the world. Fucking shit. Of 2005. I'm surprised. That's very impressive. Of 2005 and 2008, she was named to Investment Advisor magazine's IA 25, the list of the 25 most influential people in and around the investment advisory business. So that's not even saying 25 women. That's list of the 25 most influential people. Period. That's including men and women. So that's really good. She was recognized by the World Economic Forum as one of its young global leaders. So she started young. That's incredible. She is a past recipient of CNBC's Business Leader of the Future award. She has been credited by the Daily Beast as remaining one of the rare honest voices on Wall Street. That's nice to hear. Additionally, Krawcheck has established a needs-based scholarship at her former secondary school, Porter, I don't know how to say that, award full tuition to students of exceptional aptitude. That's nice. And there's like a lot of references here. But that's kind of what Ellevest is. You know, that's the CEO. That's how the stuff works. And again, like it's catered towards the female investor, trying to get them more involved in investing. Again, not to disclude men. You know, that's not the point of this. We're not or she's not trying to disclude men. I'm not trying to disclude men by making this video. It's just women are such a small part of the investment community, and you know, I want to see women get more involved because, like I said, when you alienate basically half of the potential investors by saying it's a man only business or it's only dominated by men. um where was that one where it said like 85% or whatever? The 86% of investment advisors are men with an average range of 50 plus. See that even this 50 plus thing bothers me because I'm not over 50, but I'm into investing. But that makes sense because a lot of people in my age group don't invest a lot as older people do. But even more so, women don't even invest hardly at all. So hopefully this will be eye opening for some people, both men and women. And you know, we should definitely try to get more people involved. We should try to get more women involved. I think it's very important. Um, but this is just a service that I just found. You know, I think and like it's one of those things where like the CEO sounds really great that's running the business, which is very important because if you're trusting your money in one of these services, you know, it's important to know who's running it, who's involved in it. And I've seen this woman in other avenues where she's talking in open forums like TechCrunch and Business Insider and other things like that. So she's definitely working hard to make this brand known. So I would give her credit for that. So hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully it gets more women involved. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask me. Um, if you like my channel, help me out, click like, subscribe. If you want to share this video, which would be great. If you want to share it to a woman who might be interested in investing, but they're not really sure how to go about it, this will be a good option. Maybe because she might feel more comfortable because it's more catered to her. Um, try to share this knowledge. Try to share the wealth. And as always, I'll include my donation wallets in the description if you guys want to donate to the channel. Keep it going. And that's all for today. So I hope you all have a good rest of your week.